I'm gonna start off on Jaylen Brown first. I don't really care, bro. I don't really care like that. I'm not starting off on him. I'm not. All right, you ready? Let's get it. Yo, welcome back to another Topshot live stream.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with Jaylen Brown, right? Okay, if you see this late, a fast Burton. If you see this late, everyone, if anybody sees this late, I'll talk about the Warriors game in a second. Jaylen Brown. I was watching the Celtics game. They were playing the Bucks. I bought a JB, bro. I had to buy a JB. It was just like I was watching them play. Marcus Smart's out, and so I guess they sort of made adjustments. They were saying that everybody on the Bucks are just big, and they just have Drew out there, right? So they had Derek White start, and then put Jaylen Brown in this point guard role. That's what I always thought he can become. For some reason, I feel like if he's been doing it, so I'm not gonna say if he does, bro. He played point for them, and it was amazing. He was literally, bro, he was throwing Drew into a crab, and I saw Drew was pissed. He was throwing him into a crab just every time, and he was making decisions, like he was making different decisions every time, right? He had a three, he had a nice three after he threw Drew into a crab. Drew, basically, I saw Drew get, like, he was upset, because, like, I've seen Drew do it a few times last season. He wasn't doing it very much, just sort of doing it like Curry, where he would do it every now and then, try and keep it low key, and as soon as Brown hit him with three, Drew came right down the other end, trying to do it right back, missed. And then I remember throughout the game, Brown was sort of like figuring out, okay, this is how they're defending me on it. So I remember he threw Drew into a crab. Hey, Brown, you throwing boys in the crabs, huh? All right, Jaylen, just throw. All right, it's Crab City out there. All right, so he threw Drew into another crab, and Wesley Matthews helped over because I guess Wesley knows because he has Drew out there practicing, right? So Wesley helps over. Dots Tatum in the corner. Tatum cashes out, right? I hear them going like, I think the announcer was like, oh, 3 for Tatum, but like the play, oh my goodness, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Oh, he's becoming a point guard. Oh man, Jaylen Brown. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. Shout out to that nice dub. He was taking those shots that were just open, because when you see it, I don't know if you saw it, but if anybody sees this, right, if you get the chance, I'm pretty sure highlights get a lot of views. I went on YouTube, and the highlights for the NBA was, I think it was like 2-something mil. So shout out to Jaylen Brown for that. Boy, you getting your views up. But yeah, but I'm gonna let you talk. I know I'm going on on a lot, but there was a specific play where they ran a high screen for Jaylen Brown, and he did the step back on Giannis. I know it may have been a push-off, but it's getting physical out there. Yo, JV. But my thing is, I was watching his he was just changing gears so fast. That's why for me personally, why I was saying what I was saying early in the season about Jaylen Brown, because I can't guard in these players, but I don't think I would be able to keep up with how fast he moves. It's just, I really don't think I could. I just don't see it, bro. Shout out to Jaylen Brown, bro. You were giving him work yesterday. I think Giannis is going to turn it around, though. That was a bad game for Giannis. It was a real bad game.
It was a bad game for all of them.
Yeah, it was bad. Go ahead. Do your thing. I'm going to go through Jaylen Brown stuff.
Well, I was just saying it was a bad game for all of them. They were getting smoked at the beginning of the game.
That's because Brown was playing point, bro. He was playing the point position. And it wasn't even every time. It wasn't like every time he touched the ball it was an assist, but he was creating plays every single time. He was. I remember they had Drew on him, and I was just like, you just knew. You were just because, like I said, I think he's a top player in the league. But there were some plays where when he was guarding Brown, he was just sort of making hard reads, and Brown sort of stopped early, and he got deep into the paint and stopped early and just sort of used his pivot foot, spun around, which, just basic basketball. He's just out there. Yeah, he's balling, bro. But the thing is, Drew sort of made a hard read, thinking that he was just going to keep going because of how he's just fast. You don't expect it, bro. All right, let me stop dodging this shit. All right, RK. Faz Burton. I know, bro, shut. Alright, so I was going off talking about how how Poole dropped like 30, and how Ja put Poole on the floor. He made him touch the ground. He made him touch earth. It wasn't that bad. No. But in reality, it wasn't that bad. It like all right. So it was Poole's fault, right? It would have happened to me because if it happened to Poole, it would have happened to me. I'm not even. You know what I'm saying? But it was Poole's fault because Draymond came and helped over. He had to trust that. It sounds bad because I hate how that sounds. But you got to guard him. But Draymond helped over. Draymond helped over, and he was at the right position. Poole just was sort of like, why? Poole spun. Oh, bro, shut up, bro. It wasn't that bad, bro. It was not that bad. And then I'm sitting here, and I'm like, all right, so like I'm sitting there chilling. I'm eating breakfast, right? And then I think I go on ESPN, I believe it was. And everybody's just talking about it, bro. Everybody's just talking about Ja. He had 47. He was hitting the walk back. He was just hitting the shots, bro. He was hitting the shots that make him unguardable.
Morant.
Yeah, Ja Morant. I'm trying to understand how you can stop this man. Curry was doing. You can't. See, like, I didn't even talk about the stop Curry had on him at the end of game 1. But now it's not even... Because I knew. Like, you knew, like, there's certain times where it's just like... All right, so I'm going to give him this. There was somebody here who was a Memphis Grizzlies fan. I apologize if I can't remember your name. I can't remember exactly who was the Memphis Grizzlies fan. But there was somebody who was a Memphis Grizzlies fan. And I hate this man so much. I hate you, Ja. I hate you so much. I hate you. Because there's no way. He's not going to be the one. He's not. No. If Derrick Rose wasn't the one, he's not the one. There is no. I hate you. I swear, if I could see him, I would look him in the face and be like, you tired yet, Ja? You giving out yet? You giving out just a little bit? Because Curry was, you have to be giving out, Ja. Same with Giannis. Those two, they just have to be giving out. There is no way they can keep going. They can't keep doing this. I don't believe, bruh, nah. Curry was off. And I'm talking about, it looked like he wasn't even shooting right. Maybe I'm tweaking, but like that he wasn't shooting like the Curry I know, like the way he was shooting the ball. So I feel like that's going to definitely turn around. Clay has been off, but I mean, I really can't tell. You can't tell Clay to stop shooting that thing. I don't care what anybody says. No. Because no. This is why I don't really use Twitter, because I went on Twitter and I think like whenever I just type in like the name of a team, I'd like to see it. It'll say like, oh, a bunch of recent tweets. So I'll just click on it, and they're talking about bench Clay. You got to do this stuff with Clay. I mean, there's certain you just can't do that. Clay is Clay Thompson, because. It's just a weird thing that people will do. If he's off, people are mad at him. But like once he starts hitting, people are just like, "Oh, Klay Thompson's Klay." You gotta, bro. It's Klay. Like, would you bench Klay?
No.
Hell no. Like, there's no. I think he's shooting. What was it, like 26%, maybe even 13%? It was something really low. But I mean, I think they're gonna be fine. 100%. I think they're gonna be fine. Like I said, I think Curry's just shooting weird. Like his shot, he's not shooting it with the right. I don't know how to put it into words, bro. He's not shooting it the same way like he shoots it usually. Like how he's supposed to shoot it. Especially there was one wide open in the left corner that he hit, but like the way he shot it didn't even. I was like, he hit that. I don't know. He's the greatest shooter in the world, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's doing something that I don't know, but.
It's whatever. They're gonna win anyway.
They're gonna win. Josh tired. You tired, bro. I know you. You tired. You tired. You can't keep going.
Mavericks Suns little mix up.
You don't got that. Nah, bro. Ja doesn't have that in him. He ain't got it in him. He's not gonna keep doing it.
Devin Booker was getting to work.
Yo, shut up, bro. It was. Oh, all right. Let me get in.
Let me see this big book. He has like nothing for Series 3. No rain.
You were talking about you see, my problem is when you were talking about guarding Ja, you were saying you could just go run into the paint. And I was trying to explain to you how he has a floater
in the mid-range area.
Yeah, but he has a floater from. He worked on his floater from from everywhere. You could just tell he's worked on his floater. He's probably even worked on it. He probably did it the right way. He even probably worked on the left hand floater too. So like you really can't just give him that because it becomes an easy shot if you really put the time into it. He could just it's not even about like the man's there. If he just gets to that spot, he could just literally just throw it up. Poole just Poole can. All right. Let me stop because I'm sitting here like thinking too much. All right. Let me get into Poole. No. Poole, you gotta come back strong, bro. You gotta come back stronger than ever. They were taking bad shots. They were taking really bad shots. Dallas. My brother was saying how Porzingis it would have been necessary here, but I don't see that. I still don't feel like Porzingis would because Luka had 45 and he had a strong 45. Like it was strong. But I'm trying to figure out ways. It was really just the defense. Jalen Brunson is gonna. I know Jalen Brunson. I know he knows.
Height.
Huh?
They have no height.
That's what the problem. No, but the situation is if they didn't trade Kristaps, right, they would have had the height. They would have had the 7'3". Yeah, you can't teach 7 foot, but Kristaps it's different, bro. I feel like the trade is still. They still had to do this trade. At the end of the day, this was a good trade because.
No, it was. I'm just saying for this series, Kristaps.
They have to make the rotations. You saw them. They're trying to figure out how to. I'm not even going to use them coming back in the second half or in the fourth quarter because it was sort of just like the Suns like they were just sort of just free balling out there. They were running pick and roll basic stuff, but I feel like it's just the defense. Brunson's going to turn it around. Spencer's going to be able to get layups, get just shots. He just can get shots. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to shoot as poorly as they did game one. I just feel like the on the defensive end, their rotations. Everybody's cashing. The Suns are a good ass team. I'm not going to talk about the ISO Devin Booker had on Luka because I already. Because Luka was hopping around, but he was playing like you can't ask. You see what I'm saying? Like there's at the end of the day, like you can't be like yo do everything out there. You can't tell players to do everything. Like Brunson just had a bad game. I believe in the Mavericks to win this series. It's just this is a good ass team. I hate how Booker was just dancing. He was just dancing around Luka. It was a bad week for me. I'm taking it on the chin now. Devin Booker was just dancing around Luka like he wasn't even there.
I was looking at Booker, but I was looking at him so fresh. You hear that play? Woo. Mm-mm-mm.
I hate Ja, bro. I hate how it doesn't make any sense in your head. Like he did the. He did a double hezzy on this man. Poole. I know there's nothing you can do about that too because he's. He did exactly what I was talking about. You can't guard it because you gotta cut it. You gotta shift over side. You gotta shift over, and so he did it on Poole, and that's what he got. We got. Oh my gosh! This man dropped 47. All right. Let me pull up you said you were looking at Booker?
I'm looking at it so fresh.
Oh, they did give us So Fresh packs. Let me open mine. We got a So Fresh pack. I don't know what it was from. I don't know how. What's up?
Hustle and show.
I don't know how I remember you were just telling me like the packs came through and I just sort of saw. I was watching games when you opened your pack during the game. You got Go James. You got Go James.
Instead, you get like I think there's only 5 different players.
5 different players. Huh. Lori Marketing. There he is, Garland. I'll buy it. It's against Memphis, bro. It's Brandon Clark. This team, bro, they're a good team. All right, so I think I'm gonna talk about the Gary Payton thing just because I feel like it's all right. Everybody's talking about how it was dirty and everything like that. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the play itself was. Go James! Go James!
Oh, your Garland was a pass to Mobley.
Yeah, it was a pass to Mowgli. Yo, that's nice.
James.
Wait, hold up. That was when I remember now. All right, I'm holding on to that one. For a second. All right, so I'm gonna. That's crazy that really just happened. That's crazy that really just happened. That's crazy, bro. All right, so I just got LeBron. What was I talking about?
I don't know. I was looking at the pack.
That's wild. I just got LeBron James. All right, I'm gonna go back into the Mavericks though, because I'm trying to understand what you can. They were playing well. It's just DeAndre Ayton is still 7 foot. Who's taking shots. Mikal wasn't really putting the ball on the floor as much, but he can. Like, you just know he can. Jay Crowder is the one who confuses me because there are games where I think he's an iffy shooter, but in reality he's not an iffy shooter. It's just like. Who was Chris Paul guarding? Do you remember who Chris Paul was guarding that game?
On the Mavericks?
Yeah. The Suns are just running everything. They sometimes switch to zone. The problem, my thing is, I'm trying to understand how to get. They switch to they're just running a lot of stuff. It doesn't stop. They just run a lot of stuff. They were doing the same thing. I saw the Mavericks run the same play that the Suns ran, where they ran like a double screen at the top, and they sort of just ISO'd out the big man. They ran the exact same play, but at the same time, it's just like the Suns have so much where they're just gonna keep going at somebody. They would target somebody on defense who they feel like is like just sort of just sleeping or playing like.
Yeah, I get that.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
Jalen Brunson at times.
What happened?
I think they had Chris Paul and Jalen Brunson at times.
But Luka, you don't really want Luka off the ball like that as much. He can hit, but he would have to be at the top. He usually has to sit chill around the top. It's hard. I know. My thing is, it's hard, bro. The Suns are a long team who could switch on everything. It's just Chris Paul, but you have the leader right there. That's wild, bro. That's wild. The Suns can switch on everything. I saw DeAndre Ayton DeAndre Ayton was actually getting out there playing defense on switches. Ain't no
I mean, he's 7 foot.
Yeah, but maybe if you get him moving. The problem isn't even DeAndre Ayton in the paint. That's the thing. They were sort of just letting Luka this game really felt like a feel out game to me because they were sort of letting Luka get his own, but they figured out it wasn't even figuring it out. It's just common sense. A player's not going to outscore a team if you let him just sit there and do everything on his own. He's not going to outscore a team. But they gotta get people out of there, get people moving around. They're such good defenders that you gotta get everybody active in the game. I feel like that's really the only way. You gotta get everybody active because they're just you can't ISO anybody on that team. You can get Jalen Brunson going on Chris Paul, but Chris Paul is actually he's a pretty good defender. I'm taking this one on the chin today. Who do you want me to look up? You want me to look up Embiid? Because he's been sitting out, but I know for a fact Embiid's like Harden. Harden didn't. All right, so this is what I'm saying. The way the game is, it's just kind of tough because we've been talking about how Harden it hasn't looked like he was going 100%, but now it's like Now it's like when they need him to, regardless of how fast he is, if he's not as fast as he once was or not as slow as he once was, it feels like he doesn't want to sell. He doesn't want to just throw the whole game away if he's missing. I get that. I get that. You can't ask somebody just to throw the game away. I wish Ja threw the game away.
I was looking at James Harden.
No, I just don't think you understand. If Ja beats the Warriors, this is changing a lot of things. Matter of fact, it's not even Ja. If the Memphis Grizzlies beat the Warriors, because a lot of players on the Memphis Grizzlies were just missing shots as well. So I'm not gonna act like Klay Thompson's missing. I think Klay's gonna come back. I think Klay's gonna start hitting, bro. He's just way too confident. Curry's gonna come back hitting, but Bane's been off a little bit. They're saying he's injured, and he's been toughing it out. So I'm gonna give it to him. He's been toughing it out. If he really is injured, and they say it's a lower back or something like that, he's been going through it. Still, this is the second round of the playoffs.
I don't like Miami, so I'm not even gonna say anything about that.
I'm rocking with Miami, bro. They're playing with like. They're playing with like something to prove and they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they're playing as if like nobody watches us play and I don't care if anybody watches us play. That's how I feel when I watch them.
Kept the lead though. Hero kept making it a 10-point lead, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, you've been on him. You've been on him lately talking about he misses big shots when he's been hitting big shots. He's been always hitting big shots. You have to just sort of watch it and you'll see like the type of shots he's been hitting. There's some just like I'm just really impressed with Ja and what he did yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good performance. He was hitting a lot of stuff. He was just icing. You can't guard him.
Hero being a hero.
Hero being a hero. It was a team effort again though because they played like they were locking up. I know Harden can't do anything, but like Harden was still getting locked up. Like you can't just sit there and be like, oh Harden. You know what I'm saying? That they were locking up Harden. I'm trying to figure what do you think he can do to change, bro?
He had open shots that he bricked. Just to contest the shots, step backs, and the trades.
But then I told you he wasn't really a good shooter, and you tell me he always was. But I thought he was sort of like a volume shooter.
Like a 35, 36% three-point shooter. Which is pretty good.
That's pretty good. But it's up there. Maybe he could...
He's not shooting like that no more, though.
Because I don't think the Sixers are gonna win this without Embiid kind of like literally put the. It's not even him putting the team on his back. The entire team is putting Harden on their backs. That sucks. That really sucks. Because it's like imagine. I wonder what Tyrese Maxey's thinking to himself. I wonder if he's sitting there and thinking to himself like, what am I going through? I had Ben Simmons, who I still think Ben Simmons could be the best player in the league. He was like, I had Ben Simmons, and then we lost Ben, got Harden. We always had Embiid, but like it's what the hell? They played the Raptors in round 1, so it's like, and it was really just Tyrese Max. We should have. I'm gonna go with my gut from now on when I think a player is moving different. I'm just having a bad day, bro. I'm trying to understand how they can stop Ja and how they can stop DeAndre Ayton from just dominating in the paint. Like those are
DeAndre Ayton's worse.
Which one?
So DeAndre Ayton's worse.
I know. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That team is worse for you than the Grizzlies.
No, I'm talking about trying to figure out a way of stopping him. I don't think you can stop somebody who's really just going to ISO you. And then DeAndre Ayton's a 7-footer. You can't teach that. They have to play as a team. Like I'm about to say, they have to play as a team on defense. Like I said, I saw the miscommunication between the players on defense on rotations. But the thing is when they zoomed in on one of the rotations that they had. And I heard the announcer saying, "Oh, he was supposed to go there." No, it wasn't even an announcer. It was somebody on ESPN saying that this person was supposed to rotate here. But you can already see where the play was. There were so many things wrong with it. It wasn't even just like it was a simple rotation with the Suns. It's sort of because you could see if he did rotate there, somebody either had a lane or there was another pass that they can. That's what I'm trying to understand. They didn't play Booker enough for me to really figure out what the hell is going on here. Monty was sort of just like, Booker, chill, sip on some sweet tea. I hate these, bro. I hate Ja. It's just that's what got to my soul because it was not stopping every possession. It really got to me, bro. Because there is no way. I saw it in Curry's face. I saw it in Ja's face. Josh, he sees something, bro. He sees like that. He sees that breakout opportunity right there for him to really, like, the entire team could really put themselves in that. Same with the Celtics. That's what I'm not gonna put that on the Celtics anymore. I'm not gonna. Those two teams are really showing who they are now. If they can make this, even if they, I hate the Celtics, bro. Even if they make this a 6 or 7 game series, I feel like from now on, people are really gonna be saying that these teams can just win a championship. Just like that. Bro, I don't think you understand. Like, I just wanted to hear what people had to say about it, bro. I saw your dog Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson was out there gassing it, bro. And like I said, if I mess up names, I apologize. I believe her name is Malika, and Kendrick Perkins, and there was another man. I'm gonna have it right, but bro, they were sitting there. They were talking about it when Poole touched the ground, bro. Like they were like, this is my favorite play. Ja has you in all right, bro. Like, all right, bro. They were taking a lot of deep threes. They didn't have to take a lot of those deep threes. Curry missed one that was dumb deep. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then he hit one off the backboard.
Clay did the same.
No, but Clay's different. Clay, you could just let him shoot that. There are so many times where he's just missing open shots. You can let Clay shoot that. I feel like when he's back home, he's gonna be feeling it. Even if he's missing, Clay hits a lot more shots when he's back home. This isn't even home for him. I believe in the Mavericks and the Warriors. I really do. Luka doesn't have to have 45 next game. Brunson and Dinwiddie are gonna have to have like. Brunson had 13 last game?
I think so, around there.
And Dinwiddie had 9, 10?
Yeah, they were selling.
Brother, it's. Shut up, bro. It's not that bad. Like, where is your team? Who do you like? That's what I was trying to tell you. I was telling you just yesterday, bro. You like the Knicks? You like the Rockets? You like the Clippers? Like what?
I like the Rockets. I just watched the Rockets. I like the Knicks and I like Paul George, so I watched the Clippers.
You can stop, Ja. You can't put Draymond on him. I didn't even talk about. Oh, that's what it was. I was going to talk about the Gary Payton thing. I mean, honestly, yeah, I really don't think Dillon Brooks is a dirty player. That's really as simple as that. I think the play just happened. I think it was a bad play. But in reality, I've had that. Like, I'm not in the league, bro. These dudes are huge. But like, I've had that happen to me where I sort of just busted my ass. I mean, I got it. I understood what happened. I'm not gonna sit here and call Dillon Brooks a dirty player off of a foul like that. Gary Payton's hurt, and that's actually tough. That's tough. But I don't know. I feel like I don't really like to discuss plays that have like. If you can argue either way, I'm just not even gonna discuss it. Jaylen Brown threw a behind the back pass to Robert Williams. It was just it was off, but like he was just playing through the game. He was sort of just out there playing through the game now, just taking whatever was happening. They were doubling him. Just all right, that's a simple pass. Like this league's becoming a problem for a lot of teams. Jaylen Brown's improvement has really surprised me. I think he was all right. So for game one, he was actually it was Marcus Smart starting off the game, right? I know he got hurt, but he was starting off as like the point guard role, sort of.
Yeah.
I know Brown and Tatum were doing a lot of ISO plays, but in game one, but I feel like the game that Brown had yesterday was sort of like a showing of what's to come because I feel like Milwaukee's gonna make adjustments to stop that. Brown's gonna have to be really with that shit. Brown's gonna have to want that shit. I think he wants that shit. He's gonna have to keep like taking what like I was watching his post game mainly because I fuck with that. Yo, he's wearing this sweater walking in, and I was like, yo, that shit go kind of hard. But then like so I was watching his post game. He was saying he was just out there hooping. That boy is really out there just balling, bro. Like that shit. It was just like everything was so simple at that point, and I saw Tatum tried to do behind the back. You could tell he was like, "Bro, I'm just starting to figure this shit out." Chip. He was like, "I'm just starting to work on that shit." I can't remember exactly what play he threw somebody in a crab, and then he threw somebody into a crab, and then he sort of was like, "I'm stuck" because somebody started to double, so he threw it behind the back pass. And I think that's where the difference between Brown and Tatum is once these players. Like especially Brown, bro. I don't know how you can guard him when he's really like when he gets rolling. You can't. I think he's unstoppable. But like especially like those type of players, I feel like you need Brown to run that point position because he could just throw him in that and make plays out of it. He could just get him stuck and just keep making plays over. Obviously, you don't abuse it because people will make adjustments. They'll just gonna run into a zone or some shit. That's the worst, running in a zone and then somebody just missing shots over.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than that when they run into the zone. You gotta be like, all right, we gotta shoot them out of this zone. I like Marcus Smart coming off. I know he's hurt, but I like the lineup that they ran. I think that was a good lineup. I wanted to see if they were gonna be I wanted to see if they were gonna be giving Jaylen Brown some love on the bench too, because like that whole first half of him running point, it's hard, bro. That's what I was saying before. Like it's hard, bro, to run point. It's a hard thing to constantly keep making like just reading the defense, making reads, It's hard, and I think he can pull it off. Like it's just gonna. I'm gonna watch. I'm watching every game. I'm watching. The playoffs are crazy. Which game did you see? You saw the
Warriors and the Mavericks.
In the Mavericks. When you saw the Mavericks game, how do you feel like they could have stopped the DeAndre Ayton?
They probably needed Bertans. He has to be in the game.
That's what I thought.
I know had Kleber out more.
But I'm pretty sure but they were missing shots. Everybody was sort of missing shots, and so if you have Bertans out there, I feel like you can leave Bertans in there, but there's a point where if they keep going at him over and over and over again, you kind of lose like the spark, and you know what I mean? Because he was missing shots. No, that's the thing. Like honestly, if you're missing shots, then it's nothing worse than that as a shooter missing shots because you're just like I gotta keep shooting this thing. But like if you're not really getting stops either, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? At what point?
If you had Moses Brown here, still he might have done better.
I'm not sure what happened with Moses Brown. What happened with Moses Brown?
He's on a different team.
The Thunder, I believe it was. No, he was on the Thunder.
He was on a team. I remember seeing him on the bench. He's on the Cavs.
What? He's on the Cavs?
Yeah.
See, I don't like this. I don't think switching out Dwight Powell is the answer though. I think Dwight Powell is actually really important. Do you not see what he does? It's hard to also catch. It's hard to find people who could throw. Okay, yes, it's easy to find people who could throw oops to, but it's hard to find a person who rolls at the right time. Dwight Powell does a lot of stuff. I believe they drafted him. They drafted him, and so he has he understands exactly what they need. So I really think he's the answer. It's just finding the way to play defense on that. They had Booker throwing lobs. Can you stop that?
That's because of Chris Paul.
I know. I saw it in the regular season too. When I saw just a few games of the Suns, and I was like, oh my goodness, Booker's really starting to do this point guard bull. This is why I hate a lot of these teams, bro. This is mainly why I hate the Celtics, because I know people. All right, so I think it was on. You were showing me, yeah, you were showing me Tatum's interview with JJ Redick. I only got to see like 5 minutes of it, but I remember he was talking about how he doesn't know why people were trying to split them up. It's not because it's not because we think they need to be split up. It's because it's not fair. It's as simple as that. And I think they know this. It's not that we think we want them on different teams. It's just that it's not fair that they have Tatum and they have Brown. It's that simple. That's why people want them split up. I wanted Desmond Bane and Dylan Brooks off the Grizzlies because it's not fair that Ja has such great pieces with them. It's like that's pretty much all it is. Like, I feel like that's why media tries to. Nobody just wants to admit that. They just don't like the fact that teams are doing well. Damn. Like, I don't like the fact that the Suns have DeAndre Ayton, a number 1 pick, and they have Booker.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, but they sucked. They were sucking.
Who was sucking?
The Suns, they were never making the playoffs.
Well, I mean, it kind of showed that they just needed a point guard, and I mean, Booker was always okay. They didn't get wins like that. They didn't get wins like.
I was rooting for them in the bubble when they weren't perfect. I said, let them make the playoffs.
Damn.
Playoffs. Is it Damian Lillard? I'm pretty sure.
But I'm just really surprised with how the growth in a lot of these players. It's starting to become a different league. Grant Williams. Let me pull him up. Actually, that's somebody who impressed me. They're playing 1-on-1 with Giannis. And all right, so shout out to. If I get this wrong, I apologize. Shout out to Ime Udoka. I believe that's what it is. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Not only for running Jaylen Brown at the point and taking a chance on him that I'm not saying that's what you should do the rest of the series, but taking a chance on him that game and really believing in him. And I saw them doing the right thing. Like, it takes a lot of mental like energy to be able to play that position. And I saw it. Like, he was also hurt. I believe he had a hamstring injury. But I was glad I saw them really going up to him like on the side, like going up to him like really like low key, just telling him like, yo, good shit, because it's hard when you play in that position and nobody knows like what you're creating for everybody else, and it's just that was a lot of pressure they put on him in that game. There was a lot of people talking about him, but I really just believed him, so I'm not gonna say anything about a Bucks game 1 win. I'm not gonna say anything about that because I was like, yo, just put the ball in his hands. Like let him not just score, but let him create something. Let him do something. Let him look like Ja out there, look like Luka out there. Like he really can do that. God, that boy is quick. Shout out Grant Williams guarding Giannis 101. 101. I don't know how this boy. I mean, where's his debut?
I was just looking at it.
You were?
It's a side step to the 3.
Grant Williams is yo.
He's improving every year. And I saw he's shooting like 50% from the 3 in the playoffs. He only shoots like 5.
He's built like Bane, but I like Bane's shot way more. Yeah, nah. I like Bane's shot. I think Grant can shoot that thing though. But like for some reason there's something in it. Like Bane has like they're built. They don't look alike, but they're built similar. And for me, bro, Bane's shot is Grant is a shooter, but Bane has the
shot is fast.
Who, Desmond's?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Desmond, I don't know what it is about Desmond's shot. Bro. It's just, I don't know what it is, bro. I don't know what it is about his shot. Grant's shot reminds me of Trae Young's. A little bit. He was really guarding Giannis on one. Was he 6'5"? 6'6". Yo, this league is getting tall. Whoa.
What is the power forward?
He's 6'6". Remember when how tall 6'6" players used to look? How tall is LaMelo? I thought LaMelo was like 6'6", 6'7". What?
Yeah, I think he's 6'7".
That LaMelo right there. I actually saw a commercial of LaMelo on Hulu. I saw him. He's putting on weight. I want to see what that does. I want to see what he does with that. Let me see. Let me look up Ja, bro. I'm pissed. I'm real pissed. I'm pissed about, like, there's so many things you have to figure out to stop. Jaren Jackson has not stopped hitting shots. Slow-mo, bro. He's like, he was missing the shots, but you saw, like, if you were, like I said, like, he had an impact on the game. Brandon Clark still had an impact on the
Clark's annoying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Brandon Clark's annoying. Like, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Brandon Clark's looking like
he's always been good.
You see,
and they put him off the bench.
Yeah, you see now. This is why I said that they remind me of the Grizzlies. Remind me of the 2016 Warriors. They're never gonna be like the 2015 Warriors. That team is like a. That's like something that like a I don't know how to put it into words. Like that's something that I'll tell my kids about, my kids about. Like, yo, this team was just nonstop. But like they remind me of 2016 Warriors where it feels like everything's just come and guaranteed for them. It's just so guaranteed.
Yeah.
Brandon Clark is. I'm not saying any of these players or any of them, but I'm talking about you don't feel like the same type of hate. You don't hate them the same?
No, I don't like them, but I'm saying it's not the same. It's not the same effect. They almost lost to the Timberwolves.
I'm not talking about the way that they're scoring. I'm talking about how much like you don't know if you're gonna guarantee, like you don't know if you're getting a win every time you go into the game. You feel like you can see them sort of they just keep going and keep going.
Beat them every single game.
Yeah, like you really have to beat them out every game. Like you just don't.
The Suns could do that.
You said the Suns?
The Suns could do that.
Oh, bro, Luke is what? Brunson, what? The Mavericks are gonna win.
No, I'm just saying if the Suns matched up, they would smack them.
Listen to what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You see how you're doing it? You're rooting for every team that's playing against them.
No. I'm just saying. Like, I didn't say the Warriors would smack them. They have good matchups. I'm saying for the matchups with the Suns could walk them.
This shit do look hard, though. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck.
Suns matchups are way better.
The Suns match up against everybody because they can switch on everything.
Exactly. So they would walk the Grizzlies. They'd be able to lock Ja up because Ja won't be able to drive on no DeAndre Ayton.
Ja's changing as like every game. He's
okay, but that's why he almost lost to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, but I see him, bro. There was one time where somebody threw him an oop. I think it was I can't remember. I think it was Xavier Tillman. I want to make sure I say it correctly because he was doing well. He was doing real nice. Is it Xavier Tillman? No. Who was the person on the? Yeah, I think it might have been Xavier. Was it the? This is the rookie, right?
Xavier
No, he was the Xavier Tillman's the big man. Who was the shooter that was out there? Xavier Tillman wasn't doing that bad. There was a shooter that they had out there who threw an oop to Ja, and I was like, "What?" All right, so it was a fast break. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, D'Anthony Melton or no?
Maybe it might have been. No, I think it was a different. I think it was somebody else. He has dreads, but somebody threw an oop to Ja on a fast break, and as soon as he started throwing it, I was like, oh, they're already messing up. And Ja went up for it, and he couldn't catch it, but I saw him basically telling him, yo, just throw a bounce pass, just throw a bounce. You don't have to do it. That's when I was starting to get a little worried. Once I saw that was what sort of had me a little scared because I was like, oh, Ja's just trying to win the game. Josh trying to win the game. That's not. It's not. He's trying to do all. He's just trying to win the damn game. So damn Poole. What the? He was going off. Poole was going off a little bit. He hit a nice three. He hit a big three. He got ripped twice. Got plucked twice. It was a lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy shots. A lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy shots. It's whatever. Who else was a problem, though, for Phoenix? On Phoenix. Chris Paul. How do you get Chris Paul out of this situation? How do you get...
It's Chris Paul.
Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up. It's not that simple. Like, you can... Nothing's just that simple. It's not that simple. You
You're
can...
gonna get work by Chris Paul either way you like it. You try to attack them, they're gonna help. You don't attack Chris Paul. You're the old man.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. There's a way of doing this. You got to get Jalen Brunson. All right, what if? All right, Luka can. You can't risk that early. I'm about to say something that you. That's an all out, go out swinging type of mentality right there. You got to do that for like another game. I was gonna say you can have Luka can guarantee his, right. So what if you had somebody else? What if you had Brunson start the offense and just really try and go to it? You let Spencer Dinwiddie run the offense. You really let them try to go to it, because I'm starting to notice that if teams don't have if they don't have like a plan, not all teams obviously, but there are some teams in the league, especially the ones that didn't make the playoffs, that if they didn't have like a plan ahead of time, and let's say the other team runs a random lineup, they get really confused on what they should do, and like it bothers a lot of teams. Like, I think the Brunson thing starting really affected the way. Obviously, I really believe they were going to win either way. I think the Mavericks were going to win either way, but I think Brunson starting with Luka out back-to-back games also kind of like, you know what I'm saying, kind of put them like, they were a little confused, like, what are we supposed to do here? Like, what do you want us to do? How do you want us to guard this? And so, I mean, maybe what if you just let Brunson run the offense early, because you know Luka can always get his. The problem with that is if Brunson's not running it right, Chris Paul's going to just be like, give me this free two at the oop. Give me this free three because y'all helping on me. Give me this free two again. Oh, you leaving Booker. Let Booker ISO Luka. They're a good ass team. Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, Davis Bertans. All right, what if you ran Maxi? Maxi's hitting his threes, right? So Maxi. They have Jay Crowder setting a lot of screens, but if they don't have Jay Crowder setting screens this game, could they put Maxi on Jay Crowder? Maxi and Dwight are actually they're mobile. They can move. You know what I'm saying? They're not like slow footed. They can move around. They're quick. So could you try that? Putting what if they actually did that and I'm just so focused on what the Mavericks are doing on offense? We gotta find a way of shutting down that constant screen that Chris Paul. I'm sounding like a crackhead. Let me get out of here. Alright, yeah, nah, bro, because I don't know how you're supposed to do this, bro. I really believe in these teams, but there are a lot of stuff. They're running. It's just the Suns run a lot. John Morant, you can't stop, but the Suns just run a lot of shit. I don't know. I'm trying to understand it because they didn't run Booker in the first round all that much. Alright, y'all. RK, honestly, I believe the Mavs steal game 2 off of something wild. I think they do. I think they run a crazy lineup where somebody pops off Spencer Dinwiddie. Maxi Kleber's been hitting his threes, but Spencer Dinwiddie, now it's kind of your time to pop off and do something like that. Do something real nice, bro. You're gonna have to. You don't have to drop 40. I'm not expecting a 40 bomb, but you're gonna have to start 27. 27 sounds perfect. Not even that. Just creating plays, getting to the basket, finishing your layups. The most important thing is finishing your layups. He's gonna start finishing them, but he's been missing a lot of layups at the rim.
Catch and shoots.
What's happening?
He needs to hit his catch and shoot.
Yeah, but he's working on his form. I can tell that he's working on his form because every time he shoots the ball, I can see he's trying to
hit his shots.
Bro, he can create.
The playoff game, he has to hit his shot.
I know, but at the same time, like it's different. He didn't have the ball in his hands as much. Like he has to, bro. You have to let Spencer. You have to sort of let Spencer like get to cooking a little bit. You know what I mean? Like once he starts hitting layups, I see it. Like if he hits a layup, if he hits like a few layups or hits a
minimum,
gotta get his momentum. Bro, I'm believing, bro. I believe. I don't care. I believe. I see it, bro. Jason Kidd's he's trying shit out with this team. He's trying to figure out, okay, well, what can I do here with this? Like I said, the comeback to me doesn't really change anything. Because they used a loss is a loss, but you're just lucky none of your teams are in the playoffs, boy. The Knicks would have gotten swept this year.